Bacon. The smell alone takes you back to Sunday mornings and family breakfasts. That rich, smoky aroma drifting through the kitchen, the sound of it crackling in the pan. But what if that sizzle is hiding something sinister? From cancer-linked nitrates to sodium levels that could spike your blood pressure overnight, some bacon brands are quietly putting seniors at risk. Today, we are exposing 7 bacon brands you need to avoid at all costs, and 2 that are actually safe for your heart and your health. Number 7. Oscar Mayer Bacon. Oscar Mayer. The name alone feels like a promise of quality, a promise of tradition. For decades, this brand sat in nearly every American refrigerator. Your parents trusted it. Your grandparents trusted it. The bright yellow packaging, the familiar logo, the sizzle in the pan, it all felt like home. You could close your eyes and picture the breakfast table, the Sunday newspaper, the people you love gathered around. But here is what Oscar Mayer never told you. Behind that nostalgic branding is a product loaded with sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate is a preservative used to keep bacon looking pink and fresh on the shelf. It gives the meat that appealing rosy color that makes you think of freshness. But when you cook it at high temperatures, like frying in a pan, it transforms into nitrosamines. And nitrosamines are classified by the World Health Organization as probable human carcinogens. That means every strip you crisp up could be increasing your cancer risk. Every single morning you enjoy that bacon, you might be adding to a cumulative danger your doctor never warned you about. But the sodium is where it gets worse for seniors. A single serving of Oscar Mayer bacon contains over 380 milligrams of sodium. That is nearly 17% of the daily recommended limit set by the American Heart Association. And that is just from 2 small slices. For seniors managing high blood pressure or taking heart medications like ACE inhibitors or beta blockers, that kind of sodium load can be dangerous. It forces your heart to work harder. It causes fluid retention that makes your ankles swell. It raises blood pressure quickly and quietly while you think you are just enjoying breakfast. And here is the betrayal. Oscar Mayer markets itself as America's trusted bacon. They show happy families at breakfast tables, grandchildren laughing, golden morning light streaming through windows. They promise quality you can count on. But what they do not show is the fine print. They do not show the preservatives. They do not show what happens inside your body after years of eating their product. They do not show the conversations with cardiologists. They do not show the pill bottles on the nightstand. Recent consumer reports have also flagged inconsistency in Oscar Mayer's quality. Some packages arrive with a grayish tint that should never appear on fresh bacon. Others have a faint sour smell right out of the packaging, an indicator of early spoilage that suggests the cold chain was broken somewhere between the plant and your kitchen. Seniors with weakened immune systems are especially vulnerable to foodborne illness from compromised meat products. What might give a younger person an upset stomach could land someone over 65 in the hospital. The texture has also changed over the years. Longtime buyers have noticed that the strips are thinner now, more rubbery when cooked, less meaty, more fat, less substance. You are paying the same price, sometimes more, for a product that has quietly declined in quality while the health risks remain the same. The bacon your grandparents loved does not exist anymore. The name is the same, but the product is not. And let me ask you something. Why do you think the FDA allows ingredients in American bacon that are banned or restricted in European countries? Is it really about safety or is it about profits? The European Union has stricter standards for preservatives and processed meats. They require clear warnings about the health risks. But in America, these chemicals sit on shelves without a second thought. Oscar Mayer is not the bacon your grandparents ate. The recipe has changed. The standards have slipped, and seniors are paying the price with their health. If you have high blood pressure, if you take blood thinners, if you are watching your cholesterol, this is not the bacon for you. The promise of tradition has become a betrayal of trust. At number 6, we have Hormel Black Label Bacon. Hormel Black Label. The name sounds premium. The packaging is sleek with its dark colors and bold fonts. The marketing tells you this is thick-cut, bold, flavorful bacon for people who take their breakfast seriously. It feels like an upgrade from the regular options. It feels like quality. It feels like you are treating yourself to something better. But here is the truth. Hormel does not put on the label. Hormel Black Label Bacon contains sodium phosphate. Sodium phosphate is an additive used to retain moisture and improve texture. It makes the bacon look plumper in the package, juicier, more appealing when you see it through the plastic window. But for seniors with kidney problems, sodium phosphate is a serious concern that doctors rarely discuss when talking about diet. Your kidneys are responsible for filtering phosphate out of your blood. When you consume too much through processed foods, your kidneys have to work overtime to keep up. For seniors already dealing with reduced kidney function, which affects nearly 40% of adults over 60 according to the National Kidney Foundation, this extra burden can accelerate decline. It can worsen chronic kidney disease that was otherwise being managed well. It can throw off the delicate balance your body needs to stay healthy and active. And the sodium content is alarming. One serving of Hormel Black Label contains over 400 milligrams of sodium. Combine that with the phosphate additives, and you have a product that is quietly stressing two of your most vital organs at the same time. Your heart is working harder to pump blood through vessels constricted by excess sodium. Your kidneys are struggling to filter out chemicals they were never designed to handle in these quantities. But here is where the betrayal cuts deep. Hormel positions Black Label as a premium product. The commercials show perfectly crispy strips glistening with just the right amount of fat. The tagline promises bold flavor that elevates your morning. But what they do not tell you is that the bold flavor comes from chemical additives and excessive salt designed to override your taste buds. The thickness they brag about is partly water weight retained by phosphates. You think you are getting more meat, but you are actually getting more chemicals injected into the tissue. You are not getting more meat. You are getting more chemicals. Consumer complaints have surfaced about inconsistency as well. Some buyers report opening packages to find strips that are more fat than meat. Thick white ribbons of fat with barely a strip of actual pork visible. Others describe a chemical aftertaste that lingers long after the meal is finished. For seniors who remember what real bacon used to taste like decades ago, the difference is noticeable and disappointing. This is not what they grew up eating. This is something else entirely. And there is another issue. Hormel has faced scrutiny over its processing facilities in recent years. Reports have documented concerns about sanitation protocols and cross-contamination risks between different product lines. For seniors with weakened immune systems, even minor lapses in food safety can lead to serious infections that require hospitalization. The packaging says premium. The price says premium. But the product inside does not live up to the promise. If you are over 50, if you are managing kidney health, if you take medications that affect fluid balance like diuretics or blood pressure medications, Hormel Black Label is not worth the risk. The bold flavor they advertise could be quietly damaging your body with every bite. Most people never learn which bacon brands are actually safe for seniors. The information is buried in fine print and confusing ingredient lists. But we will break it down at the very end of this video with clear recommendations. Stick around. The answer could change how you shop forever and protect your health for years to come. If this helps you stay safer at the store, hit subscribe. It is free, and it means you will never miss these exposés that could save your health. Now, at number 5, Smithfield Bacon. Smithfield, one of the largest pork producers in the entire world. Their bacon is everywhere you look. Grocery stores, warehouse clubs, restaurant supply chains. The sheer scale of their operation sounds reassuring when you think about it. Bigger must mean better, right? More resources, more oversight, more quality control. Wrong. Smithfield has a troubling history that most consumers never hear about because it happened before the internet made information easy to find. In 1997, the company was fined $12.6 million, one of the largest environmental penalties in American history at the time, for polluting Virginia waterways with waste from their massive hog farming operations. Their facilities were contaminating rivers and groundwater with untreated animal waste. That was not a small oversight or a minor regulatory issue. That was systemic negligence on an industrial scale. And here is why that matters to you sitting at your breakfast table. When a company cuts corners on environmental safety to save money, it often cuts corners on food safety too. The same culture of prioritizing profit over responsibility does not magically stop at the packaging plant door. It extends to how the meat is processed in the facility, how it is stored before shipping, how quickly they push product out regardless of quality concerns, how it reaches your table. Corporate culture runs deep and affects every decision. Smithfield bacon is loaded with preservatives that you need a chemistry degree to understand. Sodium nitrite, sodium erythorbate, sugar, salt, smoke flavoring. The ingredient list reads like a chemistry experiment rather than a simple food product. Each additive is designed to extend shelf life and enhance appearance so the product looks good in the store. Not to protect your health, not to provide nutrition, just to make it last longer on the shelf and look appealing through the package window. The sodium content is dangerously high for anyone watching their intake. A 2-slice serving contains nearly 370 milligrams of sodium. For seniors managing hypertension or heart disease, that is a significant portion of your daily limit consumed in just a few bites before you even add eggs or toast. And most people do not stop at 2 slices when the package is open. A typical breakfast portion of 4 or 5 slices could push you to half your daily sodium allowance before you even finish your eggs and coffee. But the quality concerns go deeper than just ingredients. Consumer reports have documented packages of Smithfield bacon arriving with an off-putting smell that hits you the moment you open the seal. a faintly sour, almost ammonia-like odor that should never be present in fresh meat. That smell is a warning sign of bacterial growth that started somewhere in the supply chain. Seniors with compromised immune systems are especially vulnerable to these contamination issues. What smells slightly off to a younger person could cause serious gastrointestinal distress or even hospitalization for someone over 65. There have also been complaints about texture from long-time customers. Strips that are slimy to the touch when you pull them from the package. Meat that has a grayish hue instead of the healthy pink color you expect from fresh pork. These are signs that the product may have been stored improperly somewhere along the distribution chain or is approaching spoilage, even though the expiration date says otherwise. And here is the question you should be asking yourself. If Smithfield was willing to pollute rivers for years and pay record fines rather than clean up their operations properly, how much do you really think they care about what ends up in your body? How much do you think they prioritize your health over their quarterly profits? Smithfield's massive scale is not a sign of quality. It is a warning sign. Mass production means cutting costs at every opportunity. Cutting costs means cutting corners wherever possible. And when corners are cut in food production, it is your health that pays the price. If you are a senior concerned about blood pressure, heart health, or basic food safety, Smithfield bacon is not worth the gamble with your well-being. Number 4. Great Value Bacon. Great value. Walmart's store brand that sits on shelves in thousands of stores across America. The appeal is obvious the moment you see the price tag. It is cheap. It is convenient. It is right there on the shelf when you are trying to stretch your grocery budget to make it through the month. For seniors living on fixed incomes from Social Security or small pensions, those lower prices feel like a lifeline that helps make ends meet. But here is what that bargain is really costing you in ways you cannot see. Great Value Bacon is produced by various contracted manufacturers who bid for Walmart's business. That means quality control is inconsistent from package to package. One package might come from one facility in Iowa. The next package might come from somewhere completely different in North Carolina. There is no single standard across all production. No unified oversight from one quality control team. No guarantee that what you bought last month is the same product you are buying today, even though the packaging looks identical. And the inspections tell a concerning story. Facilities producing store-brand bacon for major retailers have faced repeated citations for sanitation issues during USDA inspections. Inspectors have documented improper temperature control that allows bacteria to multiply, inadequate cleaning of equipment between production runs, cross-contamination risks between raw products and processed products moving through the same areas. For seniors, these lapses are not abstract regulatory concerns that only matter on paper. They are direct threats to your health that could send you to the emergency room. The ingredient list is troubling as well when you take time to read it closely. Great Value Bacon contains sodium nitrite, sodium phosphate, and sodium erythorbate all together. We have already discussed the risks of nitrites converting to carcinogens when cooked at high heat and phosphates stressing your kidneys with every meal. But combined together in a single product, these additives compound the danger in ways researchers are only beginning to understand. The sodium content is predictably high at around 350 milligrams per serving. For seniors managing heart conditions or taking diuretics to control fluid buildup, that kind of sodium intake can interfere with your medications and make them less effective. It can cause swelling in your legs and ankles. It can raise your blood pressure when you are trying desperately to lower it through diet and exercise. And then there is the texture that tells you something is wrong. Buyers have reported Great Value bacon strips that are more water than meat when you examine them closely. When you fry them in the pan, they shrink dramatically as the water evaporates, sometimes losing half their size before your eyes while popping and splattering grease. That means you are paying for water weight pumped in at the processing plant. You are paying for preservatives added to extend shelf life. You are not paying for real, quality bacon that delivers what it promises. The smell has also been flagged by customers who know what fresh bacon should smell like. Some packages have a faint chemical odor right out of the refrigerator before you even open them. Others develop a sticky, almost tacky surface before the expiration date as the meat begins to break down. These are signs of a product that is being pushed to its limits by a supply chain that prioritizes cost over quality, manufactured as cheaply as possible with minimal regard for freshness or the people who will eat it. Here is the uncomfortable truth about bargain bacon. When you buy the cheapest option on the shelf, you are trusting that a massive corporation is prioritizing your health over their profit margins. And that is almost never the case when the entire business model is built on cutting costs. Great Value bacon is cheap for a reason. The corners that are cut to reach that price point are cut at your expense. If you are a senior trying to protect your health, those savings are not worth the risk to your well-being. What is the worst package of bacon you have ever opened? That slimy, smelly, disappointing mess that made you question everything. Drop it in the comments below. I want to hear your stories and learn from your experiences. Do not go anywhere yet. The brands we are about to reveal are even worse than what we have covered so far. And the safe alternatives that could actually protect your health are coming at the very end. Most people never learn what actually protects them from hidden dangers in their food, but you will if you stay until the end. Coming in at number 3, Farmland Bacon. Farmland. The name paints a beautiful picture in your mind. Rolling green pastures under blue skies. Happy pigs, roaming freely in open fields. Wholesome, rural American farming the way it was meant to be. The branding is designed to make you feel like you are buying something natural and authentic, something trustworthy that comes from good people, something your great-grandparents would recognize and approve of. But that picture is a carefully crafted lie. Farmland is owned by Smithfield Foods, the same company we discussed earlier with the record environmental fines and troubling corporate culture. The pastoral branding with its farmhouse imagery is a marketing strategy created by advertising agencies, not a reality of how the meat is produced. The pigs are not grazing on family farms in picturesque countryside settings. They are raised in industrial operations with thousands of animals packed together, designed for maximum output at minimum cost. And the bacon reflects that industrial reality. Farmland bacon contains the same cocktail of preservatives as its parent company's products because it comes from the same supply chain. Sodium nitrite, sugar, salt, sodium phosphate. Each ingredient is there to extend shelf life beyond what nature intended and mask the flavor of meat that was never as fresh as the packaging suggests. The ingredients are designed to fool your senses into thinking you are eating something better than you actually are. The sodium content is staggering for seniors who need to watch their intake. One serving contains nearly 380 milligrams of sodium. But here is what the label does not emphasize in a way you can easily understand. The serving size is unrealistically small. It assumes you will eat only 2 or 3 thin slices when most people eat 3 or 4 slices at minimum. That means you could easily consume over 700 milligrams of sodium from bacon alone before you add anything else to your plate. If you have hypertension, that single meal choice could undo days of careful eating and medication management. Consumer complaints have revealed consistent quality issues that suggest systemic problems. Packages that smell off the moment they are opened with that unmistakable sour note. Strips that are discolored or slimy when you remove them from the package. Bacon that cooks unevenly no matter what you do. Some pieces burning to a crisp while others remain undercooked and rubbery. These are not isolated incidents from a few unlucky customers. They are patterns that point to larger problems in production and distribution. And here is what concerns me most about this brand. Farmland's marketing specifically targets budget-conscious families and seniors who are looking for value. The messaging suggests you are getting farm-quality products at affordable prices so you can stretch your food budget. But you are not getting what they promise. You are getting industrial products dressed up with farm imagery. The disconnect between promise and reality is the definition of betrayal. They know their customers trust that name, and they exploit that trust. For seniors with heart conditions, kidney concerns, or medication interactions that are affected by sodium intake, Farmland bacon is a hidden threat sitting in your refrigerator. The branding says natural. The ingredients say chemical. And your body cannot tell the difference between a lie on a label and the truth that enters your bloodstream. Number 2. Bar S bacon. Bar S. If you have ever shopped at discount grocery stores or dollar stores looking for deals, you have probably seen this brand on the shelves. The prices are some of the lowest on the market, significantly cheaper than name brands. For seniors stretching every dollar to cover groceries and medications, Bar S seems like a smart choice that helps make ends meet. It is not. Bar S bacon is a product of extreme cost-cutting at every stage of production. To reach those rock-bottom prices that catch your eye, corners are cut in ways you cannot see. The pigs are sourced from the cheapest suppliers, regardless of quality or conditions. The processing is done as quickly as possible to maximize throughput. The preservatives are piled on generously to extend shelf life indefinitely, so nothing goes to waste and cuts into profits. And the results are predictable to anyone who has tried this bacon. Consumer reviews describe Bar S bacon as almost inedible by anyone with functioning taste buds. The texture is wrong in every way. Rubbery, chewy, nothing like real bacon should feel in your mouth when you bite into it. The taste is off in ways that are hard to describe. Chemical, artificial, with a strange aftertaste that lingers on your tongue long after you finish eating. The smell from the package is faintly sour before you even start cooking. hinting at freshness issues that should make you question everything. But the health concerns are more serious than just bad taste that ruins your breakfast. Bar S bacon is extremely high in sodium and preservatives compared to even other budget brands. The nitrite content is designed to make low-quality meat look acceptable and hide its deficiencies behind a pink color. The salt content is designed to mask flavors that would otherwise reveal the product's problems immediately. You are not eating bacon in any meaningful sense. You are eating a chemical solution designed to resemble bacon closely enough to fool your eyes, if not your mouth. For seniors, this is genuinely dangerous. High sodium intake directly raises blood pressure regardless of what medications you take. Nitrite consumption increases cancer risk over time with cumulative exposure. Phosphate additives stress your kidneys with every serving you consume. And when the base product is already low quality, your body has to work harder to process it and extract any nutrition at all. There have also been concerns about Bar S's production facilities that should give anyone pause. The company has faced recalls in the past for contamination issues, including listeria concerns. For seniors with weakened immune systems that cannot fight off infections effectively, consuming products from facilities with documented safety lapses is gambling with your health in ways you cannot afford. Here is the uncomfortable truth about rock-bottom prices. When bacon costs almost nothing, it is because the product is worth almost nothing. The savings you see at the register are paid for with your health in ways that do not show up until later. If you are over 50 and trying to protect your body, Bar S bacon should never enter your kitchen no matter how tight your budget. Is it not strange how billion-dollar food companies keep having recalls yet their products are still on every shelf in America? Ask yourself who the system is really protecting. Consumers like you, or the companies making billions while cutting corners? Ever noticed how these brands keep recalling products but never actually changing their processes? Tell me what you think about that in the comments. I want to hear your perspective on why this keeps happening. And the number one worst bacon brand. Wright brand bacon. Wright brand. This is the one that might genuinely surprise you because of its premium reputation. Wright has built an image as premium bacon for discerning customers. The thick-cut slices that look impressive. The hickory smoked flavor that promises something special. The price point that suggests you are buying something significantly better than ordinary bacon. For years, this brand has been the go-to for people who want better bacon and are willing to pay more to get it. But here is what Wright does not want you to know about who is really behind the brand. Wright brand is owned by Tyson Foods. Tyson, one of the largest meat processors in the entire world with massive industrial operations. The company has faced repeated scandals over worker safety issues in their plants, environmental violations that resulted in significant fines, food quality concerns that made national news. The premium branding of Wright masks the industrial reality of its parent company and the culture that drives every decision. And the product itself has problems that betray the premium price tag. Wright brand bacon contains sodium nitrite, sugar, and salt in quantities designed for preservation, not health. The thick cut means more meat per slice, which sounds good, but it also means more sodium per slice in a way most people do not think about. A serving can contain over 420 milligrams of sodium. For seniors managing hypertension, that is a dangerous amount hidden behind a premium label and slick marketing that you trust. But the quality inconsistency is what has longtime buyers genuinely concerned. Consumer complaints have increased significantly in recent years as cost-cutting has taken hold. Packages that used to contain consistently thick, meaty slices now arrive with strips that vary wildly in size within the same package. Some are thick as promised. Some are paper-thin and barely there. Fat content is unpredictable from one package to the next. Some packages are almost all fat with minimal meat visible. You are paying premium prices for a product that no longer delivers premium quality consistently. There have also been reports of off smells that suggest quality control problems. Bacon that has a faintly rancid odor before the expiration date has even passed. Strips that have a grayish tinge instead of healthy pink when you open the package. Texture that is slimy or sticky to the touch in ways that fresh meat should never be. These are warning signs of a product that is being pushed past its freshness limits to minimize waste and maximize profit. And here is the betrayal that makes Wright the worst on our list. Wright brand charges premium prices. They promise thick-cut quality in every advertisement. They market themselves as the choice for people who truly care about what they eat and are willing to invest in better food. But the product inside the package increasingly fails to match the promise on the label. You are paying more and getting less with every passing year. And for seniors trying to make healthy choices while spending more for what they believe is better quality, that bait and switch is unforgivable. If you take heart medication, if you watch your sodium intake carefully, if you trust premium labels to mean premium safety, Wright brand may be the biggest disappointment on this entire list. The price says quality. The ingredients say risk. And your health cannot afford that contradiction between marketing and reality. Why do you think foods with chemicals banned in Europe are still considered safe here in the United States? Is it really about protecting you or protecting corporate profits? Think about that the next time you see those premium prices. The first safe option: Applegate Naturals Uncured Sunday Bacon. Now let us talk about what actually works. Applegate is different from everything we have discussed. This company was founded specifically to offer cleaner, healthier meat products for people who care about what goes into their bodies. Their uncured Sunday bacon contains no added nitrates or nitrites. Instead of synthetic chemicals, they use celery powder, a natural alternative derived from vegetables that does not carry the same cancer-linked risks as synthetic preservatives used by other manufacturers. The sodium content is significantly lower than conventional brands we have exposed. A serving contains around 290 milligrams. Still something to monitor if you have blood pressure concerns, but considerably better than the 400+ milligrams found in brands like Wright and Hormel. For seniors managing blood pressure through diet and medication, that difference of over 100 milligrams matters every single day. Applegate sources pork from farms that meet higher animal welfare standards than industrial operations. The pigs are raised without antibiotics that could affect the final product. The processing follows stricter protocols than what we have seen from mass-market brands. The result is a product that tastes like bacon should taste: smoky, savory, satisfying, without the chemical cocktail hiding behind the flavor. The texture is consistently high-quality package after package. Thick, meaty strips that cook evenly in the pan. No slimy residue when you pull them from the package. No off-smells that make you question what you are about to eat. No grayish discoloration that signals freshness problems. This is bacon you can actually trust from package to plate without second-guessing your purchase. Applegate is more expensive than budget brands. There is no getting around that reality. But you are paying for cleaner ingredients that respect your health. Better sourcing that reflects ethical standards, and a company that prioritizes your health over their profit margins. For seniors who understand that food is medicine and what you eat determines how you feel, that investment is worth every penny in the long run. The second safe option: Pederson's Natural Farms. No sugar added? Hickory smoked bacon. Pederson's takes clean bacon one step further than any other brand on the market. Their no sugar added variety eliminates an ingredient most people completely overlook when reading labels: sugar. Conventional bacon is often cured with significant amounts of sugar that adds hidden carbohydrates and affects blood sugar levels after you eat. For seniors managing diabetes or pre-diabetes, that hidden sugar in your breakfast bacon is a real concern that can throw off your numbers. Pederson's uses a simple ingredient list that you can actually understand without a chemistry degree. Pork, water, sea salt, celery powder, that is it. No sodium nitrite lurking in the fine print. No sodium phosphate stressing your kidneys. No artificial preservatives extending shelf life past what is safe. No sugar spiking your blood glucose. Just clean, honest bacon the way it was made generations ago. The sodium content is among the lowest on the entire market at around 250 milligrams per serving. For seniors carefully monitoring their intake because of heart conditions or kidney function, Pederson's offers the closest thing to worry-free bacon that is actually available. You can enjoy breakfast without the anxiety of wondering what you are doing to your body. The pigs are humanely raised without antibiotics or hormones that could affect meat quality. The processing facilities maintain strict quality standards that exceed industry minimums. Consumer reviews consistently praise the flavor, texture, and freshness across every package. This is what bacon used to be before the industry prioritized profit over health and consumers over people. Pederson's is available at Whole Foods, natural grocery stores, and online if you cannot find it locally. The price reflects the quality of ingredients and ethical sourcing practices. But for seniors who want bacon without the risks, without the chemicals, without the excessive sodium, without the hidden sugars, Pederson's is the safest choice on the market today. Your health is not a game that you can afford to lose. The bacon you choose matters more than you ever realized before watching this video. The wrong brand can spike your blood pressure overnight, stress your kidneys over months and years, increase your cancer risk with every sizzling strip that hits your plate. But now you know the truth that the companies did not want you to discover. Subscribe now, and if you are watching on TV, tap your remote to follow us. so you never get blindsided by hidden food dangers again.